Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
I love our babysitter, Carmen, who's been part of our family. If we didn't have Carmen when we first moved down here, we would have been lost. And she is the unofficial Puerto Rican grandmother of my son and has been with him from the beginning. And Carmen, I love you, and I just want to give you a shout-out because Carmen, who now follows the show, I think regularly, but I'm not sure. I think she follows it, so that's why I'm giving her a shout-out. But sure, her idea was when Carla was talking to her about products, now that Carla's running the store, Carmen thinks I should sell these. And I might
Pizza
not
Hut
be
glasses?
against it. These plastic cups that I use, the Shakey's, or is it Shakey's or
Pizza Hut?
Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut cups.
Mike
Carmen,
O'Mara's signature Pizza Hut cup.
Carmen, thanks for thinking of me. I appreciate it. You never know what's going to pop up. But,
we're not trash.
Hey!
Come on.
That's my babysitter. That's
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great idea.
And to call us trashy would be calling the whole Pizza Hut chain trashy. So don't do that.
Hey, these vessels are my
Vessels.
go-to. They're my
How
lovely
many ounces?
vessels.
Like 24 ounces, you think?
I don't know.
Does it open up to a larger cup?
I don't know. I want to give a shout out to people that support this show and ask nothing in return. And we don't do it enough, but want to say hi to Lawton, Lawton G, Alan W, TJW, Richard S, Joel R, Robert B. Don't want to give last names because I don't want to embarrass them if they don't want to be embarrassed.
The TMOS Patron Society.
They're very nice people.
Yes.
Robin F, Merle W. I think we know who that is.
I don't.
She's the sure thing.
Habibi. Francis M, Mike W, Matthew B, Holly Q. I don't think I've got all the names, but I wanted to give those people a thank you. Every little bit helps, and God bless you for getting on there and helping out the Mike O'Mara
just
show.
Like Jerry used to do on the telethon, Mike.
Don't Jerry it up. Come on. This is just what we do.
I know.
Elvis Jerry.
Please.
You didn't say the Beatles.
True.
Paul.
True.
Elvis.
True.
Jerry.
True.
Anyhow, welcome to the.
Did that take the wind out of your sail?
Yeah, who had 2 minutes into the show? I try to get as up for this show as I possibly can, and then with it,
Whoa!
Yes.
Wait a second here.
What?
You love doing this show. You don't have to get up for it.
Yes. I love doing the show. I was.
You just don't want to hear about effing Jerry the first 2 minutes into your Monday
Mike,
morning.
that's how I get up for doing the show. You know, that's me. That's for me. That's not against you.
Everything
that's
you do is for
me.
you. I know that. Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show, and we are delighted to have you with us today. And really, really, a good weekend. Pretty good weekend around the O'Mara household. And I didn't realize that Carla would be posting some. Carla is in a zone now where she is promoting her business, she is promoting weight loss, and she is promoting, which is part of her business, and she is promoting our store, and she is a whirling dervish. Right now, the only thing I worry about is her getting crispy critters because she's working her ass off and she's doing a great job. But I didn't realize that she is so aware of an online presence that she is surprising me quite often. Like, I'll turn around and there'll be a camera in my face. Like, for example, yesterday we had a kind of an organizing day. We chilled out. We've been out late the night before. Man, have we been – well, not late. We'd been out and eating and drinking. That's what we did.
It was a night. Yeah, it's good.
It was fun, but it was early.
In America, we call it date night.
Date night. It was date night.
Date night number 2 is what it is technically if it's Saturday, because Friday's date night number 1.
Off to the wing joint. And then to the place where we get the desserts we like so bad. My life is so
you go
pathetic.
to 2 locations to consume.
Which is kind of, it was unspoken. Like when she said it as we were at the wings, I said, "Are we going to go to the place to have the dessert?" I said, "Yeah, I knew you'd want to do that," and we did that. And
I have gone out just for dessert, but I don't think I've ever gone to a second location for dessert after you've been at a primary
location. Well, as opposed to ordering
location.
dessert at a wing place, which will have usually a crappy dessert.
Yeah,
no
true.
offense to Jimmy.
Well, that tres leches at Jimmy's, let me tell you, it kills.
Yeah,
Jimmy's
especially
desserts
if you,
are great. If Costco has
you
them,
get
Jimmy's got 'em.
yeah, if you get them the day he buys the pie at Costco, it is the best. Warm it up for me, Jim.
Carla's been following me around, and I don't know whether this was Friday night, Thursday. I don't know when it happened, but you've probably seen this, and if you haven't, that's fine too. That Carla dupes me. And for some reason, people have been amused and charmed by the real me. I mean, the real me, where you see me sitting in a chair and Carla discusses the fact that she had gone to the car dealership because she had a problem with the car, and they put premium air in her tires. And I'm sitting there and having like a peanut or something like that. I don't know what the hell I was eating. And I'm sitting there going, what? I really gave a legitimate what?
When she started in on it, were you
Matt,
aware
can
that
you
she
find
really
that
went
and
to the
bring that up
dealership?
if you can? Is that possible?
Yeah, I can try. Yeah, give me a
You can
moment.
try. Yeah. Just type in Michael
Hey,
Marish.
Mac, I know it's Monday. You know, I mean, pull the underwear around your waist and
I think
join
he's
the party.
fine.
You're
I
famous.
asked him already. I
Is he
said,
all right?
is there an Ashley Madison situation? And he said he's fine. So I trust him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You
Mike,
doing
had
okay?
she really?
All right, yeah, he's never
Yeah.
enthusiastic. I should get you. I still
Had
haven't
she-
learned Mac speak.
Yeah.
Had she really gone to the dealership, or was the whole thing out of the
No,
blue?
the whole thing was made up.
Yeah, and also
Wow.
the fact that you even fell for it made me feel terrible for you because that bit has been around for the past 3 years.
I found that out
Yeah.
immediately after
Yes.
she hit me to the fact that it was not an original creation on
Yeah.
her part. Apparently, that's done all the time.
Everything old is
And-
new again. It's
but
fine.
you know who
yes.
it's done to? It's teenage girls to their fathers.
Well, there you go. There it is. Well, that's why she thought of it then, because it was perfect for me.
It's the same age difference.
It was perfect.
it all worked
But
out.
I felt like
sometimes
a
younger.
rube. And and I noticed that everything runs together on what I want to talk about today. The idea of the recordings, the idea of the weight loss, and the idea of my appearance that was really demonstrably shown to the world from that side angle.
It was
Yeah.
really genuinely you, though, Mike. I mean, I've known you for a long time, and you were sort of were you surfing your computer at the time?
Yep.
And
I
so you were
was.
in that zone, right?
It's what I do
Just-
most of the time.
Right.
It's always something new. Always something new. But it was just interesting that she did that because I had no clue, and it certainly seemed plausible to me that she would have done that. All in all, it was fine. But getting back to, and we'll get back to this, but getting back to the weekend. I took you guys to the place that we really love. It's a dive.
Yeah.
And it has great wings. That's what I like about it. Now, Jimmy's is not a dive. I have to say this. It is not. It might have been a dive at one point, but Jimmy has improved that joint time and
Oh,
time
my
again.
God.
The bar
Absolutely.
area still has a divey quality to it. Right up on
Yeah.
top, the bar when you first walk into the right side. But he's got brewery. He's got an outside bar area. He's got beautiful
He's got
new
steak and
seating. He's got
cheese.
steak
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
cheese. He's got everything. But we went into this joint, and I enjoyed as many wings as I felt like having. We ordered 20 for the two of us, and I ate more than Carla did, and I had the better part of a pitcher of Michelob Ultra, and then we wrapped things up.
You
know?
drink the same brand as my son.
It's I drank it for a long time, and it's just really good, iced up and cold the way they had that.
Yeah.
And then it was off to the pub, and the British Open Pub is what it's called. Now you wouldn't think that an Irishman would be going to a place called with British in it, but yes.
No copyright licenses with calling it just the British Open Pub?
I don't know.
Because it's not obviously owned by the PGA, is it?
I don't know.
It's the British Open Pub.
I don't know.
But it's not called that.
Yes.
It's called that?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that.
I went in. It's got pictures of Winston Churchill and
Oh, how nice.
Diana on the wall, and it's got British flags.
But
and,
it's called the British Open Pub.
yes, it is.
Are
And
you?
it's a
Maybe
fine,
it's just the British pub is open.
Let me look. Because
Yeah.
that trademark alone would be a fortune.
Well, let's not get them in trouble. It's going to be one. It's one of my regular hangs, and I like it over
it's
there.
the British Open Pub with big pictures of Mickey Mouse on the wall now.
And it was
Because-
slammed. It was slammed because they're all here, so it was real busy. And they're
Right.
always there's always at the back bar a certain type of customer that we feel very comfortable with. Everybody's kind of chill back there. You know, the people getting their eat on in the main part of the restaurant are.
Right.
You know, there for din, getting their din. But the back bar, where we usually can get a seat, didn't happen this weekend. But the back bar's usually got some interesting people, and everybody's really friendly.
Got 4 stars.
And
British
everybody's
Open
got
Pub.
everybody's
Bonita
got
Springs.
a story.
Yeah.
But here it is.
How are the teeth?
The teeth are. It's not a British tooth situation.
Okay, just
But it's
checking.
really. It's just a positive, fun, vibey place. Older folks mostly when we were there, but it has a variety of people, and it's the kind of place where you walk in. You can walk into a pub or a bar, and there will be 2 seats, single seats, and nobody will give a damn.
Right.
Or you can walk into a pub and people will move around and let us
Yeah.
sit at the bar as a couple, which I thought was super nice, and that sets the tone right away. But we first discovered this. I don't know why we went in, but we discovered it
Because
as
you love golf.
And you were looking to meet a Spice Girl.
No, we went in because we were together, and I thought, I think I wanted to just go to a second location.
Some
and we went in.
bangers and mash.
We discovered we
Nice
didn't go to
pull.
eat. We went to have a
Thank you.
cocktail, and then we discovered they put a menu out. He's left the show.
Well, he's undressing, Mike.
They put a menu out.
Yes.
They put a menu out, and they had these what appeared to be really cool desserts, and they said homemade. And when I see homemade desserts, I remember when O'Mara's had them. Oh my God, we had the
Doesn't
best
Jimmy
desserts.
say that?
Jimmy's got. I think Jimmy does have some homemade desserts, maybe.
The bread pudding is homemade.
And he's flying high today. Congratulations
Oh,
on the
yeah,
Bills,
go Bills.
Jimmy.
Yes. Good
Way
day
to
for
go.
him.
What a game.
On a
Great
wing
football
and a
game.
prayer.
Yes, on a wing and a prayer.
Meanwhile,
I-
in D.C., they have officially parted ways with Ron Rivera as of this morning. Goodbye.
Oh, I didn't know. Hey, good
Yeah.
bulletin. I
Done.
didn't know that. Wow.
That happened about
Done
30
and
minutes
done.
ago. Yeah.
Really? That's it
Yeah.
for the Commanders. All right. Yeah, because it was kind of an anemic performance. The Giants will not part ways with their coach. They will keep him. And, and then they're already saying things about Daniel Jones. So I just wanted to say to the New York Giants.
How's Danny DeVito doing?
Tommy's had his last hurrah. They put him in like for a second, and he was horrible.
No, I saw
because-
his ankle buckle. I was like, well, that's
Well,
not
now he just.
Mom will take care of it.
It is.
Mom will wrap it in an ace bandage
Cruel.
and give him a cup of gravy because it's Sunday.
Hey, we beat the Eagles. That's all I care about. You know what? And if it was worth giving up one place in the draft, I'm fine with that. I felt good about it. And I wasn't really feeling that way. I think originally I had said, if they win this game, I'm not going to be a fan anymore. No, I wanted them to tank to get a better.
I
but it was one
heard you
draft
say
pick. Who
that,
cares?
yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah, I heard you
matter.
say
It doesn't
that.
matter. So we go in and they've got oh man, Carla gets strawberry rhubarb pie, and
That's
it is
great.
homemade. And the cool thing is, they go back, the bartenders behind the bar go back to the kitchen and they prep it. So it's like their attempt to show their culinary prowess, and they bring it out.
Oh, because you're
And
seated at the bar. That makes sense. You're ordering
I
through
get
the
an
bartender.
apple crisp that is served with whipped cream and a ton of ice cream, and it's in a big bowl, and it's served with a spoon. It's the way dessert people would eat dessert, and it is a thing of beauty. And we have now 3 times we have been entertained by this dessert item. And I decided that because I not only had wings and
Beer.
Michelob Ultra, I had me an Irish whiskey, and then I've discovered a new flavor of Irish whiskey with my second drinky poo, and then I had an apple crisp, and we went home, and I passed out.
What was the second type of whiskey? Was it Tullamore Dew?
It was Jameson's Orange. Have you seen it? Have
No,
you seen
Mike,
it? Have
I
you
don't
seen
run
it?
in those circles
No.
anymore.
Oh, you don't want
Mike,
to do that.
he's
Sorry about
a recovering.
alcoholic.
He's in
right?
recovery.
Yeah,
I
I
am
am in
terribly
recovery.
sorry.
Thank you, Oscar.
Yeah.
He can handle it. I've had drinks in
Well,
front of
you-
Rob, and so have you.
yeah,
you know,
But
and
there's one time.
what's that?
Begrudgingly, one time in front of Rob.
It really doesn't. Oscar,
Yes.
let me hear about it at least. Is it called orange because it has a citrus flavor, or
I
is
think
that the
it's
color
just,
of the label?
I just think it's funny when he's like, "What about you, Rob? Have you had it lately?" And he forgets that you almost died.
I forget.
Yeah. It's all right. You know
I
what?
didn't say, have you had it? I said, have you
Bygones.
seen
Bygones.
it? Have you seen it? He might be out in a liquor store. No, he wouldn't be in a liquor store.
I go to the liquor store, to reminisce. And they say, we haven't seen you in a while.
You are always fond of it. You miss it when I do these discussions.
Well, I
and
like
I don't
hearing
want to
about
trigger
it.
you.
That's
you know,
Just like food. He
Yeah.
wanted to know what type of food you had.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
want to
it-
trigger you.
I'm as
with
excited about the strawberry rhubarb pie. How did she
Carla
enjoy
adores
that?
it, and
It's a very southern dish. It's tart. It's a tart pie.
well, Southern dish. We had it in my house growing up, so it was something that we had in the O'Mara house.
Do you know what rhubarb is, Oscar?
No, it's what they use to build concrete buildings.
No. I'm
That's
afraid
rebar.
Ah, excuse me.
rhubarb is. It looks like red
That's
celery.
funny. That's funny. Hold on, that makes me laugh. What's rhubarb, Oscar? They use it to strengthen concrete.
Yes,
That's good.
we all know
That's
that.
worth a pause. Hey,
looks
Max,
like-
did you find the thing yet?
Yes, I have it standing by.
Ready to
Okay,
rock.
all right. Before
What is your pulse?
Mac, feel free anytime. I will not be offended if you jump
Yeah.
in and say we have that video. Now, the aforementioned weekend started
Yeah.
with the aforementioned that where Carla was lying to me.
Right.
And then Oscar pointed out, as Carla did after the fact, that
Yes.
this was stolen from teenagers that do this to their fathers. But this is, folks, it doesn't get any more real. This is not Mike being on. This is Mike being Mike, and you don't have to bleep it. Just play it. All right, here we go.
Did I tell you that I had to take my car in? No, I didn't tell you that today.
Real me.
I had to take my car in.
You had to take the.
Yeah.
Why?
Because, I guess because it's been cold, I guess the tire pressure, they told me that when it's cold, the tire pressure goes down.
Okay.
So, if
Can you pause?
I wanted
Pause
them
it.
to,
Just
they
pause
could
it.
Pause it, Mac.
And you don't have to bleep this.
Good.
But this is vintage.
It really was ruined.
This is vintage. I give zero fucks, Mike.
Yes, it is. She had to call your attention, I believe, twice
He was
before you
more-
even replied.
He was more concerned and focused on his beverage
Yep.
than he was on
Diet
this
Coke.
story.
The audible
Have me
clink
a
of
little
the
Diet
beverage
Coke,
going.
little Friday Diet
Yes.
Coke. Yeah. Tired, long day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she drops the lie on me.
Okay, here we go.
premium air in my tires.
Premium air.
Yeah, so I said, sure.
How much?
$50 a tire.
What? For air?
Yeah, they said it was premium air.
That's bullshit. It's bullshit. Are you lying to me?
I'm not lying. Are you kidding?
You put $200 of air. What?
Stop it.
I'm not kidding.
He said it was premium air,
This ends with a look.
and then
What is that?
just I guess it's a special air for luxury cars.
Note the lack of body movement. Here's the look. There it is. That's the look. That's it.
You know what's great at the end when and I empathize with you because, and I'm sure my wife does the same with me for the S that I mentioned to her.
Right.
That at the end of that video, I please correct me if I'm wrong. You were like, well, we are married, and I knew what I was getting into. So
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
because I'm not, I'm just dealing with it. And
Yeah.
then, I move on because it's
Yeah.
like SMH and move on with life. And by the way, I'm on a series of medications that prevent me from going off the deep end,
Yes.
as the old Mike would have been.
But I understand, Mike, the whole crux, the takeaway from that video is what?
Huh?
Well,
Wow.
It actually makes you look like a very thoughtful, genuine, caring, and understanding husband.
That may be what I like about it, too, even though I didn't think that at the beginning.
No, it really does, because
I've enjoyed looking at it because I
Yes.
think it does.
that's who you strive to be.
That's
Right.
really who I am.
Yeah,
That's
not-
me
no,
in real life.
that's not who you. That's who you strive to be.
Yeah.
No, that
because
was
that-
really me. There was
that-
no pretense there. I wasn't trying
Medicated.
I wasn't. I'm always
You look,
medicated.
Mike. You look like a
Oscar.
guy. You look like a guy who is well in control and unable to use his legs.
And somewhat beat down. So
Well, I'm also very if you'll note the absolute. If anything's going to kill me, even with all the weight loss that I've had, it's going to be the sedentary. When they say
your
don't
head
say,
moved and nothing else.
I am literally in that chair, and I go
Yeah.
into Now I've been out on the golf course, so I've been moving.
Big day.
Big day. I had cake.
Golf course cake.
And then Saturday, logged the
Yeah.
food after, Sunday, logged the food all day, back to normal, and was actually flat. I didn't record my weight on. I recorded my first weight when I woke up on Friday morning. I didn't record my second weight, and so my second weight was the same weight that I had Monday, which technically is
Which is a win.
It's my
Which is
That's
an
a
F-
win.
Which is an
That's a
effing win.
huge
Which
win.
is an effing win.
It's my all-time low, and that I'll get. She wants me to do it. I'll do it again. We probably have a commercial for it, but I'll tell it again. The weight loss at dermglowskin.com. If you want to find out about it, it's fantastic. And that's where I had wings. I had Irish whiskey. I
You
had
can do
apple
whatever you
crisp.
want.
Yes.
And you're still A-okay.
But you gotta get back on it. You can't do that. I can't do that every night of the week. I've got
No, but
I've
this
got to
is
be
your cheat
aware
day,
that
Sunday.
there's one. It's today is
Saturday.
treat day.
That's
Sunday
right.
and Saturday.
Apple crisp,
what
Michelob
Friday,
Ultra,
Saturday, Sunday.
chicken wiggy wig.
Wasson crispy owl.
I love how when you also say, I had a picture of Ultra.
Well, she
And
had
then-
cup. She had one, but I mean, maybe 1.5, maybe 2.
I know the
She had
picture's
2.
yours. It's yours. It's yours.
Well, what I love is the fact
and
that
it's low
it's-
calorie.
She doesn't
Oscar,
drink as
it's
much
just
as used.
one pitcher. That's it. Only one.
Can I?
I
may
swear
also-
to God, I might as well drink water for the
may
effect
I-
it has on me.
I also
You know, you're right.
highlight this.
You're right.
Is the fathers who I've seen this TikTok within the past,
Yeah.
and the way that they react they're apoplectic. Like they will call, they'll give me the phone and they'll call the auto shop,
The
and say,
dealership, yeah.
or the local, and say, you sold my daughter premium, and because the daughters, they don't know when the bit needs to stop, right?
Right. I get it.
because they let them call and get on, or call their wives and say, do you know what your daughter did? She bought premium air, like all this.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so your response is so thoughtful,
Right.
that I was like, that's a win for Mike.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Yeah.
I felt good
Just
Yes.
be careful, Mike, if she comes up to you and says, I
about
read
the
that
way I
it's...
came across. I didn't want to dwell on it.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't want to. Yeah, you're like,
But I've been
fine.
working on that. It's
Yeah.
not just medication. I've been working on that. I've been trying to be like today. I was cool today.
Yes.
Right? I was
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
I was fine.
Why would you be upset?
What's that?
Why would you be upset?
Don't worry about it. Don't ask. But anyway, it's
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, in the grander scheme of things, we're not curing cancer.
exactly.
We're doing this for the love of the game,
Exactly.
especially right now.
Exactly.
And
But there is
yeah.
part of me, just know, and this
Yes.
is for Oscar, right?
Yes.
Just know that there's a part of me where it's like,
yeah. And remember what I said
tuck
last
it away.
year.
I tuck it away.
I said,
I tuck it away.
we're
I
doing the
tuck it
best we
away.
can.
It was only fleeting. It was only fleeting.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
more
There you go.
focused on the people that are helping our cause here.
Yes.
That's what I was.
Those wonderful people.
Those good,
Merle.
good folks.
Just be careful,
so, yeah,
Mike.
I got to
Hi.
tell you, the stuff that I do, I mean, that is, at the end of the day, eating, drinking, having that one night, that's more than I normally do in a weekend. I don't do that
Yeah.
regularly, but I do it occasionally. And it comes down to, you can have your little moment, you just don't overdo your moment. And I think that is, if you're adding it up totally, that's a bit of a alcohol and a big dessert and a few wings.
Do
And
you
that
think
was it.
the alcohol opened the door to the apple crisp?
No, it was kind of a planned event.
Okay,
it was
all
a
right.
planned event. What the additional that made me feel a little logy on Sunday was the orange Jamesons, which If
you haven't
like,
explained it yet. Is it
okay,
premium or is it
orange
flavored?
and this scares me when you get so excited about it, because you do.
Oh,
Relax.
relax.
You're
It's
excited
fine.
about it.
Yeah.
It is a tremendously orange-forward taste. And look, it might have been because I
Almost like
already
Marnier?
had. No, it was almost. It might have been because I had the regular
Is this
stuff.
premium $29.99? No, right?
What?
Orange Jameson. That's how
It's-
much it costs.
It's
filled with
that makes
premium
sense.
air. It's good.
That makes
Premium
sense.
air. What does a regular bottle of Jameson cost?
Probably in the same $27-$28, probably.
Oh, so they
Same
just
thing.
said this is like Bacardi Limon.
It's very orange
Right.
forward. But Bacardi Limon, or I don't drink rum, so I will remember the vodkas. The vodkas to me were much like flavored seltzers, a hint
agree.
of the citrus.
yeah.
Got
Whereas,
it.
At least, but I also think because I was having a regular one before that, perhaps I tasted the orange even more.
What's the
So-
proof on it, Oscar?
I'll pull it up. Give me 2
Yeah.
seconds here.
Because sometimes when they have
7 million proof.
no, they sometimes back off on the proof if it's a flavored spirit. More of a cordial almost. I bet it's 70
You know,
proof.
when you ask a bartender,
60 proof.
Oh, it's 60 proof. It's only 30% alcohol. It's Mike. It's almost nothing.
what's regular
80.
Jameson's? Really?
80. Yeah.
Oh, that ends that. Anyway.
Good
that's
night, nurse.
Good night. So long. All right, take your orange flavor. Give me an orange slice. I'll squeeze it into the drink.
And kiss my ass.
I said to the
my
bartender,
Irish
by the way, if you're in the service business, if you're a waiter, really, I give up 20%. Oh, that's
Yeah,
not good.
Just
No.
for the orange.
Yeah, and you're paying
good.
the same money.
No, I mean, give it to the kids. Anyway,
This is how a true, with
a
respect,
true drinker.
yes,
Yeah.
will gauge.
I process it that way.
how
I don't
or
have
why.
many
Yeah.
chances to get that buzz.
Yes.
No wonder it was like drinking
Well, I
nothing.
remember I talking to Carrie. I couldn't find 100 proof vodka to make Jello shots once, and she said just use the regular stuff. I said we're not making Tinker Toys here. This is serious business.
Yeah, that's when you were in the depths of your misery.
That's
3 weeks later, straight to the ER.
That's
Yeah.
right. And then it wasn't hard to find it at all. It was all coming out.
That was serious business.
That
Serious
was
biz.
And I never told the doctor to kiss my ass.
I wanted to say this about the bartender there at the B.O.P.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to
British
say
Open Pub.
thank you.
That's what it's called. He's
B.O.P.
absolutely right. Yes.
And to all of you in the service biz, if you care, and I know a lot of you don't, it's a
Right.
difficult job. I get it. Some people just bide in time to do something else. But if you're in it and you do it, if a customer asks you for a reco or what your opinion is, it's so gratifying to get a positive response. And she gave me a rave response. Oh, it's the best. And I said, pour away, and it did have a great flavor. I mean, a great orange flavor. So if you like orange,
It's a great one.
it was terrific. So I give it a thumbs up. But then you had to go and ruin it for me by mentioning that 20% proof.
Is it only available in Florida? Because that is the
No,
orange state.
It's everywhere. I'm sure
Okay.
it's not because it's oranges.
Yeah.
Is that
Can you
oranges,
go buy it in that
oranges?
big orange shaped building that is down there where you can go and buy oranges?
We have all the liquors in orange. Yes. Here's the orange
What is?
doers.
What
the
was?
orange-
Oh God, I wish I had. I'm terrible, but
It was a great night, though.
No,
really
there's-
great date night.
That's great.
There's a field in Florida.
Oh, Orson Welles.
Peas grow there. There's an orange grove in Florida where the Irish work. They've been distilling Jameson's Irish whiskey for over 45 years. The taste of the oranges combined with the triple distilled goodness of the triple batch Irish whiskey creates an illusion of proof, 80 proof, when it's really only 60 proof.
And Oscar, I want you to know something. Ever since he started drinking Jameson's Orange,
Yes.
no colds.
No
He is-
colds.
Vitamin C.
Absolutely.
No, I don't know how they flavor it, but it is a concentrated flavor. And my feeling is, if you are someone who is inclined
Well,
to
Mike,
like a foo-foo
I think,
drink,
I think you
it's
just
good.
said it. They take the peas.
It
they
tastes
they
like
infuse
zest.
them with orange,
Zest
and
of
then they
orange.
drop them in the
Yeah.
bottle.
In a
Yes.
snow-covered hill
Peas
in
grow there.
Florida. Like it's a snow-covered hill in
A
Florida.
frost covered hill.
Yummy.
That's it.
It was yummy. And then the Giants beat the Eagles, and my son was happy because my son doesn't care about tanking for a better draft pick. He cares about beating the Eagles so he can go see his
And he
friend
wants
Taylor.
his papa to be in a good mood.
And
he
you
knows
don't have
that's
to go
impossible.
There. You don't have to. Oh,
He's
some
like,
of the
"Please,
weekends.
baby Jesus."
Oh
Yeah.
my God. There's nothing that lights
Let
my
Big Blue
candle
win.
more than when he's crying because they lost.
Yeah.
That really makes me mad. Makes me very, very angry.
Yeah.
I
I hate it when Carrie cries.
which is daily.
Often. And I say, what is it? Is it football? She says, no, it's not. You know what? Women.
Because you're sleeping in separate bedrooms. We've talked about that, right?
Not last night. Not last
Okay.
night.
Does she weep herself to sleep, or
yes.
is it?
I could show you a soaking wet pillow right now.
God, you. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, by the way, I was in your favorite box store over the weekend,
Cost Company?
and I saw your shop vac, your silver shop vac. I saw the one that
Pretty
you got.
cool. Pretty
Because
cool.
I knew
huh?
that's the one he got for you because you mentioned the product name, and I
Yeah.
knew that had to be it. That
I love it.
What a
It's in
lovely,
my-
What's
item.
cool about it?
It's
It's
just
in
got
my
a
garage
different, like,
right
it's
now.
not a little. It's got a little chrominess on
You
it,
wanna see
which
it?
is
It's just design?
I can go
What do you
get
mean?
it. It looks like
No,
a droid.
I'm not that excited about it.
No, I
Just
don't
like,
need to
is
see
it is it like turbo powered? Does it have any filter?
It does have a filter. It is it's taller than it is wider, and it is shining chrome. And so
Yes.
when it's all wrapped up, it looks like a droid in
Oh,
my
that's
garage.
kinda cool.
It's kind of
Yeah,
neat,
okay.
yeah. And excellent power. Yeah, and it has a blowing attachment too. Trust me.
I have to say to the fandom, I know I'm reaching out to them a lot, but it was a big weekend with Carla running the store, and
Yes.
thank you for.
God bless you.
Sorry that the key tags, are.
Hey,
if you go to the
you
website,
snooze, you lose.
You snooze, you lose. But more
Hope
stuff
you got
coming.
one like me.
More
Right
stuff
there.
coming. Good stuff coming.
Yeah.
Really good
Yeah.
stuff. Stuff already ordered that I will be showing you as soon as we get it done. As soon as we get the prototype done, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to model it for you, and then we're gonna go. But here's the thing I wanted to
Carla
say.
teased it this morning. You can find a video, and she will tell you what's about to happen.
Yeah.
All right, I want to tell you that
She made the announcement before you did.
She did
Snap.
because she is
Yeah.
all
Yes.
over it. I want
Yes.
to say about the store going forward, and this is the way we've chosen to do it, and it's the way I think that we should do it. And we're not doing this to be difficult, and we're not doing this to create a false sense of urgency. We're doing it because we're a small business, and that's the way we can do it. So the items you're going to see throughout the year, and there will be many of them, on the TMOS store will be limited edition runs, all of them. Now, can they come back? Absolutely, they can come back. If there's a clamoring for that, we will be very sensitive to the desires of people that support this show. But when you get something there, be fleet of foot, be ready to go, because I know what we're going to have for you next. The hats that we're going to have are going to go quick, and and they're
Limited quantity.
It's a limited quantity, and
Exactly.
we're going to
Yep.
put a cap on
Get
how
it?
many you can get. Too. Get it? A cap. That's
Nice.
the way that's gonna happen. So really happy.
But-
I know Oscar's very happy with the work.
I'm
that,
very
Carla
happy.
has
I'm
done.
very happy that
And-
we're also, frankly, the hardest part of this business when you want to run your own merch store is not just the execution, but the ability to manage inventory.
Yes.
And you got to do it small if you're
promote
going to get it to people the way we want to
Correct.
get it.
And
And
Carla's doing
fulfillment,
it
and she's
in
doing a
such
great
a
job, yeah.
wonderful way that I was in the car when we got the text from Mike saying that the key tag sold out.
Right.
Which there weren't many to begin with, so great.
No,
done.
but they were lying there, and we wanted
yeah,
to get them sold.
and I was starting to do the speech to text, but for some effing reason it never works for me. So, but I should say this publicly and to Carla that, the idea that she's bringing that store to life in a manner that we just frankly have never done in the past, and we're doing it in a responsible manner where we're not carrying 30 3,000 4X L's that are just sitting in a box somewhere.
Yeah, I don't care if people know this. It's
yeah,
the reality
yeah,
of it that
yeah.
inventory with certain items is difficult.
I'm beaming with pride.
And
Beaming with pride.
I think
Thank you, Carla.
she's got experience in this, and she knows
Yeah.
what she's doing. So that's
Absolutely.
and I really want to salute her It makes me feel
Thank
all
you.
fuzzy inside when I see somebody that I love that actually is doing this as a labor of love and really, really killing it. So way to go. Darling, we appreciate that.
Yes.
I'll buy you a big bottle of Jameson's orange whiskey that you will never drink. That's the way that'll go, you know?
A
Mike,
present for all of us.
you know what the motto is for Jameson's Orange? Is that we give you 20% less, so you drink 60% more.
I'm going to vomit. We got to take a break. When we come back, we got the round table and lots more fun and thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, everybody. Hey, fuel your peak performance with 4 Wellness, the ultimate functional food brand. We'd like to welcome them as a new sponsor of the Mike O'Mara Show. 4 Wellness was founded by Phil Mickelson and renowned performance coach Dave Phillips. There it is. That's the good stuff. I'll tell you about that in a second.
there.
It is a game-changing performance coffee supplement. You can elevate your brew with just 1 scoop for enhanced focus, reduced caffeine jitters, increased collagen, good for people my age, and fat-burning support. That's not all. Dive into the recovery gummies. They are packed with antioxidants. Rob's got one right now, and he will demonstrate how to take it.
Oh, my God, they're great. It's like
They're
candy.
yummy. They're
They
yummy
are.
gummies.
Uh-huh.
Electrolytes also in there, perfect for pre-workout or post-golf recovery. Need a sweet treat? Try the Superior Food Focus Bites that taste like a chocolate brownie.
Yeah.
Now, are you getting those too? Are
Yes,
you grabbing
they're right
those?
here.
Are you going to eat that on top of the gummy?
No, that's for tomorrow, Mike. I
Okay.
mustn't have a brownie on top of the gummy.
Okay.
How dare you?
4 Wellness. We love it. Makes it easy to integrate high-quality functional ingredients into your daily routine. Plus, with a risk-free 60-day money-back guarantee, what have you got to lose? Unleash your full potential with 4 Wellness because your body and mind deserve the best. If you drink coffee, it's time to give 4 Wellness a try. Head to 4wellness.com/TMOS and use that wonderful code TMOS for 25% off your order. Again, that's 4wellness.com/TMOS for 25% off. And make sure you use our promo code TMOS so they know that we sent you. There it is.
The Kraken wants you to know, Mike, that Carrie Spiewak is addicted to the good stuff in her coffee.
Yeah, it is. It's so delicious.
It is.
Kind of a mocha thing, right?
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that. It's fantastic.
Love it.
Let's start the show, the round table today. The Golden Globes. Does anybody give any Fs about the Golden Globes? Anyone?
I
Anyone?
love the
I
fact
watch-
that Joe.
I watched it-
Go ahead, Oscar. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just watched it. I usually like watching the Golden Globes, but I was watching the Bills-Dolphins game.
Yeah, big game
so
last
that was
night. And I didn't
that was
watch
tough to
anything. I
compete
went to
with.
bed because I was tired after my orange whiskey on set.
I'm not allowed to watch the Globes because DirecTV has taken my CBS feed away. But this morning, I marveled at the bad feedback on Joe Coy, who is normally a very beloved comedian.
Okay, I'm sorry. I guess I'm not on Team Coy.
Well, I mean,
don't-
he's sort of
Who
under
is he?
the radar. He is I think he has a Vegas residency.
But he's been famous forever.
Forever,
He's not like an. Well, I would assume.
All I
at
know
this
is I
point-
watched 10 minutes. I watched his opening, and I went,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah.
So
Several of his
excited.
jokes fell.
Look at that, Kevin Costner. He's up in
Very
Montana
flat.
with a cow. I'm like, boom.
Yeah.
I'm out of there.
Okay.
Boom. Thank you. No. Thank you.
I have some of his jokes that fell flat. Do you want to hear them here
I would
or in the flip
love to
side?
hear them here because I'd like to know. Look, I didn't. I just gave him 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, that doesn't do it for me. I hate the I'm so excited to be here. I don't give a rat. Just get right to it. I want the comedian. Look, I know some people didn't like Ricky Gervais, a very small group.
Right.
I love taking the celebrities down a notch. There's nothing more American from a British comic taking them down a notch. So this guy was just all like wide-eyed. Look who's here, look who's here, look who's here. Oh, shut up. It's blowing smoke up their butts.
I
and
believe he
didn't like
also
that.
dated Chelsea Handler for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, okay.
So that was sort of anyway. Here is one that's getting a lot of spin today. His Taylor Swift joke, and really you can almost hear crickets.
Welcome back, and as you know, we came on after a football doubleheader. The big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL, on the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift. I swear. There's just more to go to here. Sorry about that.
So there's that joke, and then also this is one that came a little later where I feel that he was starting to feel that he was well out of place and lobbed a few defensive moves here. This is his Barbie joke.
The key moment moment in Barbie is when she goes from perfect beauty to bad breath, cellulite, and flat feet, or what casting directors call character actor.
Whoa.
Yo, I got the gig 10 days ago. You want a perfect monologue? Yo, shut up. You're kidding me, right? Slow down. I wrote some of these, and they're the ones you're laughing at. Look.
Oh, no.
Fail.
No. Wow.
It's a
Why
shame,
did you get
though.
the gig 8 days ago?
Well,
Because they
obviously,
weren't gonna do the Globes at one
Okay.
point, if you recall.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe
Right,
next year
so-
they won't.
it's kind of sad because he's loved by people who love him, and this would have been a good step for him, and he
Yeah.
blew it. He blew it.
Well, it's a lose-lose situation.
It is
really
a
can't
lose-lose.
win. Yeah.
It is a lose-lose unless you just get on there and you know, I keep saying it on today's show, but you don't care. You give zero. That's what it is. But, you know, I don't know. They wrecked something that I used to look forward to, and I'm bummed about it. And I wish they'd pay Ricky Gervais a ton of money and have him do it every year, because there's nothing more fun than watching an acerbic comedian take down celebrities. That's the joy of it. That's the fun. And then if you got a show that you liked or a movie that you liked, you can root for the winners. But they blew it, along with their racism. Anyway, Jodie Foster isn't afraid to let her feelings be known about Gen Z. She says that they're really annoying, especially in the workplace. Here's her quote. Dr. Lecter? I always go back to that. They're like, nah, I'm not feeling it today. I'm going to come in at 10:30, or in emails I'll tell them, this is all grammatically incorrect. Did you check your spelling? And they're like, why would I do that? Isn't that kind of limiting? But Jodie doesn't just hate Gen Z. After all, she has 2 sons in their 20s. She wants to help young actors, quote, learn how to relax, how not to think about it so much, how to come up with something that's theirs. Well, not everyone online agrees with Jodie. One person says, quote, generations is a false construct. There is endless human variation in every age group, divisive silliness. Yeah, but fun. I think it's fun to pick on other generations. Another one said,
Jodie
quote,
Foster.
the boomers, moaning about laziness and can't stand the idea that this gen are way ahead in their attitudes towards work and giving away too much of themselves. F you.
Did you actually hear,
I'm
Mike?
Team Foster all the way. Thank you.
Did you hear the Foster interview where she called? I mean, it actually comes off as different in the interview.
Oh, does it really?
貓，你真係貓仔，哎，發能夠夾樣子講，你
Nell.
A
call back to Nell is that's worth coming in today. That's awesome.
That's a Mike. Like I always tell you, winning a tay chickapay.
Oh man, that's Nell. That's when she plays the lady that created her own language. Beautiful. That's super cool. I love that. What do you think the world will be like 100 years from now? I probably don't think about it. I don't think a lot of people think about it.
I don't think any of us need to think about it.
Someone looked into predictions people made in 1924, 100 years ago. Here are some of the highlights. They include a few insightful predictions and some that weren't so spot on. Here's the one that's not all that with it. One of the predictions, 1924, no one would have teeth. A nationally syndicated advice columnist thought America's eating habits could drastically change our looks. Quote, will we have any teeth at all? Will there be any color on our face except paint? Will the men have any height to speak of? Or will they be all girth? So
wow.
But at the end there, you know, we have a heavier society. We've grown fatter. So she has a point there.
Well, because of our teeth.
Another one, horses would go extinct. Yeah, all right, that's all right. Number 3, working from home. There you go.
Hey.
1924, somebody was on it. In a book called...
Was that post the Spanish
Yes.
flu or...
Yes.
Really?
So 1919, I believe, was the...
1919, okay.
Wasn't it?
In a book called Wireless Possibilities, a guy basically predicted the internet. He said we'd be doing most things remotely, and it would be great if you hate cities. Quote, what a help to the man who objects to a large city. Why could he not conduct his business from his house in comfort? Now, that's 100 years ago. That person deserves credit. And, of course, they don't have the name of the person.
Yeah.
Give him credit. Number 4, 75 would seem young. Not quite. A British politician predicted
We are
life
getting older, though,
expectancy would be, not in America. Life expectancy would be at least 100 years old, and we'd still feel fairly young at 75. I hang out with a lot of people that age, and I hang out with people that are above the 80 mark, and it's pretty remarkable.
Do they have
when you
teeth?
see- They none of them have teeth.
My father's in his 80s and
Spry.
I mean, he's look, anything's possible, but he's more spry than some people in their 60s that I know.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oscar, the Spanish flu went from 1918 to 1920, so it was a 2-year
Thank you
period.
for the clarification.
Here's the fifth one: world peace. Movie mogul D.W. Griffith. Wasn't that the Klan movie? Didn't he do?
Yeah, he did Birth of a Nation. Very
Birth
racist
of a Nation.
movie.
He
Yeah.
predicted moving pictures would help end all wars. Missed that one. Missed that one big time, D.W.
D.W. Griffith.
Number 6, constant war everywhere. Well, that's not true either. The president of the American Chemical Society had a different take. He thought futuristic weapons would mean major cities would constantly be under attack. And that's really not true.
Well, now digital, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There are municipalities, hospitals, infrastructure. We're fighting a digital war.
Yeah, but I
And
think
it's
he
going
meant
to
bombs.
No, it's going to be a digital war that's going to result in horse extinction.
Instincts.
This horse has no teeth.
India Oats. Buy India Oats.
Of course, no one can talk about horses. Number 7, women would be in charge. Well, that's no prediction. That was back then and now, probably.
True. Yeah.
When the doors were closed in 1924, they were in charge back then. Said men would be raising the kids. In a letter to the New York Daily News, a guy said, women will occupy all the highest positions and men will just do physical labor or stay at home. Quote, wait on the babies or mind the pets.
Mind the pets now.
Some
I
guys
would love
do
to
it.
be a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, it's not
That would
all
be
it's cracked
great.
up to
You
be.
would just love to be a dad.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. I take
Baby
that.
steps, Oscar.
What do you mean it's not all it's cracked up to be, Mike?
I'm
You're
joking.
the happiest you've ever been.
I'm joking, of course. I love my kid. I really do. And I
Hey,
love the fact
kids,
that
Mike, kids.
kids. Yeah, I love all my kids. Stop it. You didn't. That was not cool.
Well,
That
I'm
was
trying
not
to
cool.
save you.
You didn't need to save me. My daughters know how much I love them. Thank you very much. Speaking of kids, a limit to the number of kids you could have. A Department of Agriculture official predicted we wouldn't have enough food to go around, so births would have to be limited in some manner. Well, in China they did.
Yeah, I
Didn't
hate
they
to bring
limit
this up,
them?
but Carrie's put a cap on how many kids we could have.
Okay. Number 9, cities would be totally rebuilt around cars. That's true.
This is true.
And number 10, everyone would be flying to work. That hasn't happened yet.
Soon enough.
Baby.
Yes.
Fly,
Soon
baby.
enough.
Baby. Finally, last Thursday night, a 42-year-old man named George Owens. George Owens.
Sounds like a fake name.
He crashed his car into a pole in the parking lot of the Bass Pro Shops. It's always Bass Pro Shops.
I
what
know.
the hell? Then he got out of his car, stripped off all his clothes, ran into the store, and did a cannonball into the aquarium. Later, he walked over and stood under a waterfall. Now, I don't know if they're all built the same way, but the one down here has the big tank
They're
and the
opulent.
waterfall.
They're opulent, yes.
Yeah.
Naturally, other shoppers were stunned.
Thank
The
you, John
police showed up,
Tesh.
and before they caught him, he jumped into the water a second time, and then he slipped, fell, and knocked himself unconscious. It's
Sad.
unclear if he was on something or he had a breakdown, but he was evaluated at a hospital for mental issues and then booked into the jail. He was charged with public lewdness, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, assault on a police officer, criminal mischief, and reckless endangerment. But because it's Bass Pro Shop, he got a free trucker hat. There you go.
See if that helps. out.
Bass Pro Shop is the Costco for the outdoorsman, right?
Oh, yeah, and they have
They've got
great
everything.
sunglasses, too, there. They, but not great deals. I have my places to get great deals. I could go on and on. I've been there multiple times. We'll take a break, come back with more, everyone. Fuel your peak performance. Oh, dear God, I'm not supposed to say that twice. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Do another
Yes.
one.
Yes, very good. All right. All right. Generic, thoughtless gifts. That's what I want to tell you about. They're the worst. So, buy a gift that's truly unique. A professionally recorded song crafted just for them. It's called Songfinch, It's the ultimate gift to show how much you care. I did it for Carla. Songfinch walks you through a simple process to create an original song. You answer a few questions online, and they'll pour their heart into writing, recording, and producing your original song in just 4 to 7 days. Now, do you have an example of a listener that had one done here, Rob Spiewak?
I do, Mike. This is John Harris, who was kind enough to share his on
John
Spotify.
Harris, my buddy?
No, I think it's a different John Harris. But this John Harris was a baseball coach and met his wife when she was coaching softball. And throughout the whole song, there's lots of references to playing sports and playing on the diamond. So here's John Harris's song.
You mean the world to me. Oh, darling, can't you see?
Talented people on Songfinch.
When you're not around. Without you, I'd be striking out. Though Disneyland was fun, it was just a glimpse of things to come.
Now listen, don't forget Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Check out this beautiful song. It's beautiful.
This
John Harris
is,
got it from Songfinch.
no pun intended, a home run, easy to do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Take care of it now.
His
Yes.
wife was floored and loved it. He wrote me a beautiful letter about it.
He met his wife when she was coaching softball, and he
Yes.
was a baseball coach. Needless to say, it was a home run. For a limited time, Songfinch is letting our listeners upload their song on Spotify for free. So you can listen to your new favorite song anywhere you go. Songfinch.com/TMOS and start your song. After you purchase, you'll be prompted to add Spotify streaming for your original song for free. That's a $50 value. This offer only available for our listeners at our special URL, songfinch.com/TMOS. That's songfinch.com/TMOS. And be sure to share your song with us, especially with Valentine's Day.
Ooh, it's coming on.
What
Just
rhymes with
around the
scholarship?
corner.
They'll figure it out.
Oh, God.
Dollar
You're
tip.
You're an incurable romantic, Oscar.
I'll give
truly
you
are.
$1 tip if you renew your scholarship. I
There
love
you
you,
go.
baby.
No, yeah. We'll leave it to the professionals.
Yeah,
Tip.
well, I'm just,
And ship,
Yeah.
I'm on my sailing ship. You're on full scholarship. I could work for Songfinch.
Yes.
I really could. I could do that. Welcome back to the show. Very briefly, I want to say hugs to my nephew's family who lost. My nephew lost his mother-in-law with an illness that was really, really tough for them. And so Sarah and the entire family, I just want to say I love you and so sorry. Tough weekend around our extended family, and it's just it's tough. My age and gone too soon.
So sorry, man.
So,
Yeah.
God bless you, Michael, and my wonderful nephew and his wife, Sarah, and all Meg's grandkids as well, and all of their family. Really, really tight, super tight, upstate New York family. That she was the hub. And it just
Never
goes to
fair.
show,
Never fair.
if you got somebody that you want to say I love you to, take advantage of that. Let's get on to the Pat McAfee situation. Now,
Yes.
big controversy, and I don't think made up. I don't think this guy's trying to get headlines. I think he's passionate, reminds me of DJs in a big way, and that's what these sports talk guys are, essentially.
Yeah.
And
Their talent, their personalities.
their personalities. This guy, Pat McAfee, larger-than-life personality, has had overwhelming success in his chosen platforms, and now he's with ESPN, and he's in that zone. And the zone can be both gratifying and taxing, because when you are, and I just want to set this up before we talk about it. Pat McAfee comes on his show, and I saw the clip where he talks about people are out there in the building at ESPN, speaking about executives, trying to sabotage him. And I get that. I understand that. Now, could it be paranoia? Maybe. But I also understand how the executives work. I've been through it. I've experienced this. This is a business of personalities. And Pat McAfee goes in and says people are inside the building, and I think it's this guy named Norby Williamson. And I did a deep dive, and I had flashbacks, terrible flashbacks of certain ruddy executives that have been in the game a long time. I think there are phenomenal executives in broadcasting. I really do. Executives that let talent run and understand the mutual benefit of the money. And how the money's coming in and how it's fantastic. I think there are also executives out there that feel they have more of an editorial responsibility than they probably should. And they should run the business side of things and let the business. This guy, Norby Williamson, who Pat McAfee is talking about, is a guy that has been with ESPN from the mailroom. He worked his way up through the ranks.
Yeah, his father worked there as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's been there forever.
Yeah. Established.
And I could certainly see the plausibility of Norby, who is a traditionalist when it comes to sports broadcasting, which means he likes a lot more X's and O's, conflicting with the vision of a Pat McAfee who has a much wider frame of reference when it comes to broadcasting, which, by the way, having been around the format, having known the junkies up in Washington, D.C., they make their hay by including everything. And if you're listening to sports X's and O's every day, it is, like I would say, a pregame show, which I find boring to death. I love when they go off script. I love when they talk about other stuff. So Pat McAfee gets on, and he's bitching about this guy sabotaging him. And it's very controversial because he's the flavor that everybody loves right now at ESPN, and he's extremely successful. And I think that, we're talent, folks, and sometimes you got to give the talent a nice big hug and not be a dick and not think that they are lesser than you because they're the guys with the, as Oscar Santana so eloquently said one time, the guys with the clown shoes. I don't know what your take is, but this guy,
as management now, my take has evolved.
Oh boy!
So Pat McAfee, roughly a little over a year ago, signed an $85 million 5-year deal with ESPN. This is on the heels of a tremendous two rounds of layoffs of top tier talent leaving ESPN, including the likes of Hall of Famers like Steve Young.
Mm-hmm.
And when those individuals were blown out and asked to take a pay cut, as Disney stock was essentially correcting, like most people's stock values coming out of the pandemic, there was a question of why would they spend so much money on one talent and also give them full editorial control. And the only reason you would do that, and you don't have to be an executive or own a media company or be part of one to understand, you do that because the question is either you make or buy. You develop from within or you buy the success that others have created and you bring it in-house. They decided to purchase the Pat McAfee universe for 5 years. And the success that Pat has had has not come without controversy. Prior to him arriving to ESPN.
Of his personality and the people that gravitate to that personality.
Yeah, yes. And it's a two-prong issue at this point because you've got Aaron Rodgers who's polarized.
That was the most recent
who
controversy.
Is a friend.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is this is Friday to Saturday. Like this is two on a weekend. If you're ESPN PR, you're working overtime.
This is to me a guy that's just hot. And he's getting the controversy because he's hot.
He's not just hot, Mike. He's established.
He's established.
He doesn't need ESPN.
Well, he's established, and that's why he gets Aaron Rodgers coming on his show to talk candidly.
No, he's paying him $1 million a year to be on the program as well. He's actually paying out of his own pocket for these people to come on, which is also
he's paying
another
Aaron
conversation.
Rodgers to come on.
Yes.
Wow, ooh, I didn't
$1
know that.
million
That's a good insight.
a year out of his own pocket. Yes. So he's changed the playbook of how people do programs. It's no more begging and borrowing. He said, I've got $85 million. I want Aaron Rodgers to come in. We're friends. You know what? You're not just going to come on for free. I'm going to pay you $1 million as a contract to come on regularly with me once a week. Boom.
Okay.
Done.
All right.
No one does that in broadcasting.
You're right.
No one does that,
Yep.
especially in sports broadcasting.
Right.
So he's doing everything he can. And I'll give you another example. During the college game days, the $30,000, the $60,000, the $90,000 he's putting up for these just random students to try to kick a 30-yard field goal, that money's coming out of his pocket. ESPN isn't giving that money up. McAfee is. And then when they miss for $60,000, he's like, all right, second try. If you make this, you get 30. That's coming out of his pocket, right? So he's reinvesting all these dollars to create these moments in broadcasting. And if you feel like management isn't supporting you, you may feel like this. Roll the tape.
Anyways, we're very appreciative, and we understand that more people are watching this show than ever before. We're very thankful for the ESPN folks being very hospitable. Now, there are some people actively trying to sabotage us from within ESPN. Funny. More specifically, I believe Norby Williamson is the guy who is attempting to sabotage our program. I'm not 100% sure. That is just seemingly the only human that has information, and then somehow that information gets leaked, and it's wrong, and then it sets a narrative of what our show is, and then are we just going to combat that from a rat every single time? I don't know. But like somebody tried to get ahead of our actual ratings release with wrong numbers 12 hours beforehand. That's a sabotage attempt. And it's been happening basically this entire season from some people who didn't necessarily love the old edition of the Pat McAfee show to the ESPN family.
There it is.
Sure. There's a lot of those. We've heard them anonymously quoted in the Washington Post, in the New York Post, in the New York Times, in the LA Times, in Wall Street Journal. And they're never like, yeah, love the show. This is awesome. It's always like little things to try to tear us down. So even with the enemy within our own camp, somebody that I don't like that guy. That guy left me in his office for 45 minutes, no-showed me in 2018. So this guy has had zero respect for me. And in return, same thing back to him for a long time. So even with that taking place and potential PR, like we're still growing somehow. Yep. So we're very thankful.
So
it's just such a flashback. It really is.
It really is.
And it's so.
Remember Fairfax Artie's?
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll bring it up. There's a guy, Sam Rogers, who had the pleasure of firing me twice.
Norby Rogers.
When I became aware of the flip to sports, I was trying to sing for my supper, and I scheduled a meeting with the guy, knowing that they were probably going to move me out and bring sports people in. And I went to sing for my supper. The guy was 35 minutes.
And full hockey pads.
That's right.
The guy was 35 minutes late, and I knew immediately what the writing on the wall was. Just a total, and it's the way these guys are. And they're guys that are really good at it. It's a natural phenomenon that certain people who gravitate to this world of broadcasting want to be the guy that talks into this or the guy that looks into that. They don't want to be the guy in the office. And they resent because they're not the guy. They have this weird antagonistic relationship.
May I offer another example?
I saw the picture of the guy, Norby, and I just said, oh, my God, he looks like so many people I know.
May I give? I'm sorry, please, go ahead.
I was going to say a more recent example that a lot of people can relate to is when Alex Trebek was forced to leave Jeopardy, and the first person in there was the executive producer of Jeopardy, hosting
example.
Jeopardy.
Right.
That's wrong at every level, but he wants to be that guy. So
let me give you counterpoint.
All right.
Because what ended up happening, and I'm sure you guys are aware, is that ESPN made a statement.
Well,
they're
very
standing by their talent.
Statement they made. Yeah.
Their statement was copied from Mike O'Mara. They said, "What?"
Well,
they were very support Pat McAfee,
it was clear,
blah, blah, blah.
very clear.
Yep.
They stand by their statement because you stand by your $85 million commitment.
Right.
And as I told someone that's ESPN adjacent yesterday in a private conversation, I said, the person with the most money wins.
Always.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's talent. And I, for one, and I'm on talent's side, it's nice to see, but it can't. That's not. This doesn't change the paradigm of talent.
The person
versus
with the most money are not the talent in this case. Let's
well,
make
no,
that
it
clear.
is. It is.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that.
Because
the people that write the checks are the ones with the power.
No, well, in this case, McAfee, who has a guaranteed contract,
right,
has the most leverage and money for this certain situation because if they were going to can him, they'd have to give him his money.
Well, I think
so he's got $85 million.
I think in this, in this particular
one
moment,
case.
I think more long term because if he is pissing off the wrong guy, it doesn't matter.
Well, 10 years ago, that's different. But you've got a situation here where Disney stock is not at an all-time high.
Right.
You have the probability of them partnering up with the tech company here in the next 12 months, and then spinning out of what I believe is now what we currently see as Disney. The last thing any executive wants to do is say, over my ego, and because they disrespected us, we dropped roughly let's round it up, $100 million, and wrote that down. That's not the time. Time and place.
I mean, it is all the leverages with McAfee right now
at this moment.
And then
but there are not many individuals, and we know this, Mike, that have that leverage.
Yeah, you have to use it when you have it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then once you use it like that when you have it, they get you ultimately.
Ultimately, they will win.
It can't. And by the way, even if you're not bitching about something, they'll get you anyway. There you go. That's a positive thought, isn't it?
There you go.
It is. I mean, that's kind of the way it rolls. But it's more fun doing this. That's what I think. I mean, the microphones and the cameras are more fun to do that. And I just think I felt it to my bones that old McAfee, probably pretty legit before that got on the air. He had his reasons. We'll be right back, everybody. Hey, everybody. I want to tell you about Derm Glow. Do you want to lose 21% of your weight? I've lost 70 pounds, folks. It's gone from 65 to 70.
And he still eats wings.
And drinks beer.
I made it
flavored Jameson
with no significant gain. So I'm excited to share with you that DermGlowSkin.com is now your one-stop shop for weight loss. You're going to go there. You're going to do it. You can finally get control of your weight problem. All you have to do is click the weight loss button at DermGlowSkin.com. Just take the quiz. See if you qualify. A doctor will write you a prescription. The pharmacy will fill it. And your weight loss medication will be beautifully shipped directly to your house. Directly to your house. You don't have to go to the doctor's office. You can do this all online. And you have to take the quiz to see if you qualify. But if you're somebody who's really thought about this seriously, and you're interested in these wonderful products, you've read about them, semaglutide, tirzepatide, a lot of people are talking about them. If you qualify, you can get them right now at dermglowskin.com. If you're already on it, do what I did. Show the doctor the existing prescription you have, and you can easily make the switch. I already did it. I'm still losing weight. I've lost so much weight that I have to stand in the same place twice just to cast a shadow. That's not true, Rob. I'm talking thin, Arthur. Go ahead. Get excited and do it all online right now at dermglowskin.com. If you struggled with weight for too long, click the weight loss button and begin the best journey of your life. Make 2024 the year you finally reach your goal. With DermGlow, you can do it. Just to wrap up the whole thing about broadcasting and executives, the fear is always there because it's broadcast, especially if it's a talk show where they're talking, and another example would be the David Letterman situation, where these executives just muck this world up. Yeah. And it's so tough. It's
different now, though. And I'll tell you why, because we're a small microcosm, and I think just a fraction of what owning your own content and broadcasting under your own terms can do. We've done it for this. This is our 15th year that we're doing this.
Bravo!
Right?
Keep it up, folks. Keep up that support.
And McAfee was doing that at such a high level that somebody came to him with a Brinks truck and said, "Here you go," and he took it.
And when you take it,
it comes
at
with a certain price.
Yeah.
You have a boss.
Yeah,
it does.
Right? So
it does.
I don't feel I think it from a talent perspective, I love the fact that this guy is willing to put it all on the line, and I'm sure his contract, which is guaranteed, allows him to do whatever the F he wants, right? And Mike, maybe I have to retract a little bit about what I just said before the break, that, yes, eventually they will get you. And as Jimmy Kimmel told Chad and I when we were doing Big O and Dukes in Phoenix, Arizona, that when you're up on top, you think you're untouchable, but eventually they'll remember, and when they can, they'll take you down.
That is the truest statement you have made, and that's where no matter who this guy is, what essentially Oscar's talking about is a guy, Pat McAfee, who takes his product. He owns the whole thing. He does what he wants, and he sells that to ESPN. And as soon as that happens, he's still got autonomy, but unfortunately, even when you do it the way Pat McAfee did it, still comes with that horrible baggage of having to deal. Yeah, when he talked about the office, sitting in the office, and the guy stood him up, it's just that kind of crap that you don't need, And
I love,
it sucks.
I love that he has sort of that chip in him still, and it reminds me of one of my favorite Letterman stories, is that Letterman owned his show, but still had to answer to CBS.
Yep.
And there was they backed up the truck for him too when he did the last version of his show on CBS. And they told him it was, an overlooked when he signed the deal. He said, by the way, starting tomorrow, CBS owned and operated radio stations are going to carry the audio of your TV show. They didn't ask him, they told him. And that was just something that he had to deal with. So to get back at them, the first night that they carried the audio on the radio, he staged out of his own pocket a 10-minute fireworks display that would be useless to anyone on the radio. But he did it right off the top of the Sullivan Theater. And he paid for it out of his own show's budget.
It's happened
it's
forever.
so marvelous. Yeah. But anyway, that's what Dave did.
But you tell me, Mike, because I remember it. And you said it here on the show. At first, you were put off by McAfee. You were like, "What the F's going on here?"
Right.
And I think at that point I tried to explain, this year from a business standpoint, my thoughts of like the economics of somebody coming on that was from YouTube, essentially a kicker.
Yeah.
That is
a guy like that
driving
wouldn't have existed 10 years ago.
And making certain aspects of ESPN relevant again to a younger audience in a world that is now online and on your tablet. Like I was watching my, I was watching my YouTube TV, but my feed from home in LA with my nightly news in my, in my sister's guest room, on my phone or on my tablet, on the go.
And no matter what the, you mentioned briefly, they'll get you. Well, they might get you if there's somebody you've pissed off at that particular entity. But I got news for you. In this day and age, you go right back to where you were independent and you were autonomous.
Right back to YouTube.
You go back to YouTube.
Yeah.
That's what happens with that. So it's funny because especially if that's where his entire career has been, and then he moves at the highest possible level into the world of sports television.
Yeah.
And then you get guys that are, you want to talk about out of control ego.
Well, they don't want the headaches. They don't want to deal with the drama. They don't want to deal with the conversation of like, okay, we'll talk to him, or deal with their highest paid talent and Jimmy Kimmel, be like, you got to take care of this, or the legalities that come with certain aspects of conversations, or having to have the conversation say you can't have Aaron Rodgers on again, which they're just going to have because he's got full autonomy. What it fascinates me, and I think it really makes people uncomfortable, at the corporate level of broadcasting, is the idea that the talent can go back to these online platforms.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great, really?
Which I think is great from a talent perspective. Absolutely.
It is absolutely great. And you're going to get, look, you're going to have more people taking a bite out of the apple, but at the same time, occasionally you're going to get people that have that talent that rise to the top. And, we'll always be team talent when it comes to that.
Here, here.
Amen. We got to take another break. When we come back, we've got the flip side with Rob Spiewak.
Flip it.
And I always know it's a good show when we got to 1/8 of what I wanted to talk about on the program today.
12.5%, Mike.
We'll have it tomorrow, and maybe I'll be down another pound. Thank you, Durham. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back, everybody, with the Mike O'Mara Show. Important TMOS news. The TMOS store is under new management. And I love her. She's real pretty, too. I slept with her last night.
Mike!
If you haven't ordered anything yet, good news. You didn't miss out. You can still get in on the good stuff. Some of the good stuff. So visit our store. It's open 24 hours. But wait, there's more. New merch showing up soon. I like merchandise. I'm old-fashioned that way.
Yeah, it's fun.
New merchandise options will be arriving soon. You're going to love them. So be a proactive American. Keep visiting TMOSstore.com and share the TMOS gospel. Grab your gear and support the show you love. Every purchase keeps the laughs coming. TMOSstore.com, the source for all things Mike O'Mara Show. Official, authentic, and awesome. Thank you for your support. And remember, it's all happening at TMOSstore.com.
Hello.
The flip side.
2 words for you today, Mike.
Yes.
Excited donkey. Nothing?
I'm trying to think. When you said that, I immediately thought of, is it Eddie Murphy that played the donkey in Shrek?
As a matter of fact, the donkey you're about to see was named after the character in Shrek, Donkey, voiced
that's what I was thinking.
by Eddie Murphy. This donkey has a TikTok following. His name, as I said, is Donkey, and people send him things. And he was very excited to get his new blue chicken toy. So check this out.
Oh my
What? This is
It's a very vocal donkey.
Jennifer in New York. It is a big blue screaming chicken.
That's the chicken.
Is that what he's excited about?
Yes, he loves the blue chicken.
That's adorable. There's the real classic donkey sound there.
Yeah, little guy too. But what's amazing is when he gets the donkey, when Donkey gets the chicken, he heads over to a haystack. He really gets excited, at least to my eyes. So he's carrying the chicken around. He's headed over to a big haystack, and now he's on the haystack.
Living his best life. Yeah.
He really is, isn't he?
The interesting thing is that video was taken in John Auville's backyard in Olney, Maryland. Because he's got a lot of donkeys.
Yes.
All right.
And that's where the phrase
just
"shut up,
obscure.
donkey" comes from, right?
All right.
Mike, a sad weekend. Not only did we lose Lacey Underall, who, from Caddyshack, the lady who played Lacey Underall. I don't know her name, but you know her as Lacey Underall. Oscar, do you recognize this classic TV theme? Theme was better than the show. You got it?
Got it.
What is it?
Rhoda.
It's not Rhoda. What a good pull.
Good callback.
Mike, the name of the composition. The name of the composition is Gotcha, but it was the theme to Starsky and Hutch.
I thought
when did that? I've never seen it on TV.
Oh, it's great.
I've seen the movie with Ben Stiller, but
that's
I've never
silly
seen
movie.
the show.
It was a good. It was a pretty good
TV
action
show.
and they
a
had
smash hit.
And a great car. Do you remember? I think it was a Gran Torino.
Yeah,
with the white
fantastic
stripe on
car.
it. Very cool.
Yeah, well,
we
Lacey
lost
Underall
David-
for Caddyshack fans was the sexy niece of Ted Knight, of Judge Smales.
That's right.
Lacey.
And she has a time with Danny Noonan.
She does, absolutely.
Yes,
Yep.
in
And
Ellie's
you didn't
shower.
remember the name, though, huh?
I don't have the name. No. Well,
How come you know the death, but you don't know the name?
Well, because if I were to say the name
Let me
of
look
the
it up.
actress, you wouldn't say who's that. You would say who's that. It's Lacey Underall.
Yeah, but you don't say when when somebody
Cindy
famous.
Morgan.
Cindy Morgan.
Cindy
Was-
Morgan
yes,
has passed,
yes.
Mike.
All right,
We're
very
sorry
good.
to report
Thank
it.
you. All right.
But David Soul also passed at age 80. And remember, David Soul also had a #1 record.
Don't give up on us, baby.
Famous.
That's it. That's
Thank
all
you.
we need to have. Of
Very
that.
good. I didn't have to get the explosives out.
No, just a little bit, Mike.
Don't give up on us, baby.
Okay. That's so safe home, David Soul. Safe home, Lacey Underall. Let's close.
Cindy Morgan.
Cindy Morgan. To me, she will always be LU. Lacey Underall.
Thank you.
Let us close with this, Mike. Congratulations to old people that are getting it done. A lot of people give up on old people.
Don't give up on us, baby.
But there was a graduate in Texas that blew my mind. We close with this.
A 90-year-old woman recently graduated from the University of North Texas with a master's degree. At least I hope that's what they meant when they said she passed.
Congratulations. Don't give up on her, baby. That's all I got for
We
you.
gotta get out of here.
Mike.
We'll be back with a brand new episode tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Visit tmosstore.com and check it out. And we're working as hard as we can to let you know what's coming and hopefully have something in our hot little hands to show you. Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana. This is Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Cindy Morgan.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara bonus show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me. And I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
Nasty, vicious, drunk. Hi, I'm Moira Rose. And if you love fruit wine as much as I do, then you'll appreciate the craftsmanship and quality of a local vintner who brings the muskmelon goodness to his oak Chardonnay and the dazzling peach crab apple to his Riesling Rioja.
Oh, you should see what it looks like from out here.